but I'm not sleeping in a hole and I'm paying you $4,000 for it. I can't lose anything, and so I'm not out nothing. I don't care if Ashley hates my guts, because I'm not real thrilled with them right now either. So we're all in the same boat.
That's funny.
That's what I was trying to explain to Todd. Well, we didn't go to the most expensive, which I'm glad, because it was $6,000. It was a little over $6,000 for that mattress. And I said, let's just go to the one down below it.
All right, how long? Hold on. How long did you have the one below it? How long did you use it?
We were forced to use it for 30 days because they require you to sleep on the mattress for 30 days to let it acclimate to your home. Yeah. Like anything takes 30 days to acclimate to your home. But, okay, we did it. And then the very first day that it was available, I said, get this out of my house before I tear a hole in the side of your building.
Now, wait a minute. The first one, let me understand. The first one was the one that sank, or the second one's the one that sank?
The first one was a disaster from start to finish. His feet were higher, and he started going downhill, and my side was just kind of wonky. It was like a little wave. Like the whole top layer somehow got... I'm sorry, I've got something's wrong with me, but that whole bed was just destroyed.
Well, I mean, was it too soft and you just sank in it too much? Was that the issue?
No, it was like laying on the floor. It was very, very, very hard, and it was just, I don't know how to describe it. Neither one of us did, because his feet were elevated.
Well, why would his feet be elevated if are you saying that it didn't sleep flat?
Correct. It was like it was just, we don't know what was wrong with it. We don't have a clue.
All right, so you sent it back, and the second Stearns Foster was a cheaper Stearns Foster or higher grade?
No, it was more expensive. We paid more for it. We got the medium, and this was even crazier. It had the soft and the firm was one price, but the medium, probably because more people wanted it, medium firmness, they did come up with another gimmick to make us think that was a better mattress. All they did was put one more piece of foam in it. That's what they're claiming. That's why it costed $400 more, because it had one more piece of comfort layer, they called it. So,
and then of course, the second one, you had a 2-inch dip in it in the first.
Yeah, it was 2 3/4 inches from when he put the level, that little special tool he had across the top. He's kind of giggled. He said, I said, what is considered defective? He said 1.5 inches. I said, what's mine? He said 2 3/4.
Within what? How many days did you say? 3 days?
He said within 1.5 inches.
No. But how long did you have that mattress before it got that deep?
3 weeks.
The foam in it is not so terrible that it would sink that much in 3 weeks. They sent you a used mattress. There's no question about that.
Yeah, because it got worse every night. It was just like every night. It just kept sinking and sinking more and more. But I don't know. This has been a nightmare. I mean, I can't tell you how many nights I have sat up just crying since Thanksgiving.
So you did this during Thanksgiving? You first started your mattress purchase during Thanksgiving?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got it. We got it a day or two before Thanksgiving for that quote Black Friday sale. They got it to us in about a little less than 2 weeks. Let's just say 2 weeks. And so since then, it's been a nightmare.
3 mattresses in 5 months.
Yeah, well, we just got the other one yesterday, day before yesterday. And they told us it wouldn't sleep that good for the first night because it's a bed in a box. I mean, it come in a little box.
And you got that from Ashley?
Well, Ashley Furniture is who sold it to us. Okay. I'm sure it came from DreamCloud.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. All right, I'll follow you.
I'm not going to tell you where it comes from.
You meant Nightmare Cloud.
Yeah, it's a dream, all right. You want to wake up as quick as you can. Which it wasn't as bad for me just being right at 140 pounds. But my husband immediately sank. He said, Tracy, what in the world? I said, I don't know. It didn't feel like this in the store. And he wouldn't come in because he was so frustrated with me because I got rid of the mattress he liked. And so he didn't. He said, I don't care. Just get something. If you ain't happy, nobody's happy. I'm like, says the guy sleeping on a flat bed over there, and I'm in a hole. No wonder. But now he's whining. So I'm like, oh, turned around, didn't it?
Yeah,
but anyway,
that's why you know it's used, because your side sank and his didn't. You weigh less than he does. That means you're sleeping on the side that whoever had it before you had already been sleeping in for who knows how long. 30 days or 60 days.
It was a used mattress.
There's no question.
By looking at the mattress when it showed up at my house, it was like you could tell where somebody had laid. I think that is exactly what is happening with those Stearns and Fosters, because what they're doing is so they claim the mattress, because I wanted latex. I wanted to sleep on latex. So I sought out what had latex in it, and they say the Luxe version of the Stearns and Foster, right under the estate. The estate was a little bit more expensive, but we got the one below the estate. Oh, let me go outside. My husband's watching television. He's about to die. But you can't get in front of that television. That'd be catastrophic. But the Luxe estate is your cheaper version, a little bit less. Okay, the only difference in Stearns and Foster's most expensive one, which is their estate, they claim it's hand tuft, like, the little dimples that's in it. They supposedly did that by hand. I doubt they did, but that's what they claim. Which whoop-de-doo.
That's right.
What whoop-de-doo? I don't even get how that could have made it a better mattress. But whatever, who cares? It's a gimmick. I know it. You know it. We all know it. Yeah. Some rich fart went in there and said, I'm going to give them $2,000 because some moron sitting there with a needle and thread and sewed this, which I don't believe they did. But okay, let's say they did. What does it matter? How did that help the sleep of that bed?
Well,
because you still got the same crap on the inside.
Everybody thinks that handmade means it's going to last longer, and there may be some merit to that claim. So,
have you seen the American workers? I don't trust anything in American workers. They're lazy as crap.
Well, but at the same time,
if you told me a Mexican did it or one of them Filipinos, I might went, okay, that might be better, but I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with American people today.
Are lazy, yes. I know. We need to build a wall, right, on the southern border and let Mexicans in and throw Americans over it.
Yeah, I kind of feel the very same way. It's like, Trump's like, we're getting all the Mexicans. Who's going to work then? What we going to do all these lazy white people we got floating around? Because they ain't going to work.
No kidding. Well, anyway, what I was going to say is, all right, let's say they do hand tuft those mattresses, to quote unquote make it last longer. Well, it ain't going to last no longer than the cheap plastic foam they put in it. The whole mattress industry is as bad as you've explained. The DreamCloud is really the nightmare cloud mattress. It's full of toxic chemicals, and you said it's making you sick.
Well, he is too, Todd. My husband's been sick too. He went to the doctor the other day with bleeding out of his ear because his sinuses got so bad, and I'm never sick. Never sick.
Yeah, but
last couple of months.
But you said you've only had the DreamCloud one day.
Right, but the
Stearns and Foster did it. Stearns and Foster did it to you too.
Right, that's that fire-retardant stuff. I guess. Yeah,
I
that's
guarantee
what I'm assuming. Yeah, because that's when mine all started, and that's when he started getting sick, and now we're both sick.
Yeah, think about how cheap it has to be able to squish it and roll it up into a little roll so they can ship it to you.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. How in the world could those coils have been of any value?
That's right. They're not. They're not. They're low-grade coils. They squish it in a big machine with a low-grade foam, and then they roll it up and ship it to you. And you think, wow, what a low price, which $2,000 is not a low price. Sometimes you can find these mattresses for sale for $1,000, but you throw it away in a year to two, 1 to 2 years.
I got an upgraded version. I am the one below the most expensive one. There's one that's more expensive than mine. I think it would probably just be one more layer of, pardon my pun, shit foam. That's what I think it would be.
And you're talking about the Nightmare Cloud.
Yeah, the Nightmare Cloud. Yes, it is. There's one more level, supposedly more expensive than the one that we got.
It's got an extra 1 inch piece of junk foam that costs about $19 to make.
Exactly, and that's what I've been trying to tell Todd. I'm like, all these beds have got all this polyurethane foam in there that stink. It's got gas in it. No wonder our sinuses are screwed. Yep. And we got fire retardant on top of that.
On top of that, so you've got plastic foam. Then you've got glue to glue it all together, which is toxic. Then they treat it with fire retardant chemicals. And you're coughing, proving that it's a problem to you.
Yes, exactly. I've told him that I cannot keep going physically. Mentally, spiritually, there is no layer of me that's not ready to just lay down and play dead. I can't keep going. I mean, I am exhausted, and yet still I get to keep making the payments on that crappy bed. But it is what it is. I'm not going to complain anymore about it. I'm going to figure out a solution.
Well, I can send you some natural latex, no fire retardants.
Well, that's great. I like that.